What is good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. I'm switching back my camera this way for a little bit. Well, I hope everybody's having a good day. Shit, the original video will be in the description down below. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. Let's get right into this video, man.
Researchers say they've identified at least 7 stars that might be surrounded by super advanced alien megastructures.
Man, this is wild.
Dyson spheres. Yes.
So for the people who don't believe in aliens and shit, how do you really explain UFOs? Like, let's get really, like, we can really get deep into this shit, bro. We can argue about this shit all day. Like UFOs, come on, bro.
Because the basic idea was this: superior intelligent life might build big structures around their home stars or planets as a way to harness or reuse that energy. A 1960s physicist who came up with this idea, Freeman Dyson, argued that if these structures existed, there'd be so much energy that human scientists on Earth could probably spot it because it would emit a lot of infrared radiation. So in this new study, researchers say they found 7 sources glowing in the infrared. Those are their
Nigga,
words.
what?
They couldn't find an obvious explanation for why these sources are glowing so much.
Nah, they know exactly what is happening because there has definitely been UFOs crashing. There's definitely been aliens, like dead aliens spotted, but they are covering all this shit up. This Area 51 shit, that's not real, but they're still covering it up, bro. But it's not called Area 51. I'm telling you, bro.
Could mean they're Dyson spheres or something else entirely. And what I'm saying is, what? Space is so crazy.
Shit.
I wish I understood it better. So let's talk to a scientist to help wrap our heads around this. I'm joined now by Professor Janna Levin. She is an astrophysicist and author of the book Black Hole Survival Guide, as well as the Claire Tow Professor of Physics and Astronomy at Barnard College of Columbia University. Professor, first of all, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I tried to explain it a little bit. That was my very dirty version. I was going to be like, yeah, but I'm an English major who just had Google. You have a PhD in physics from.
I'm an English major who just had Google. I mean, she ain't lying, nigga.
Explanation. If you
ain't lying.
We are relative to the sun. We're very far away. We're the 3rd planet in, and imagine the light that we try to collect, let's say, with solar panels on people's homes or on any roofs to collect that energy. Imagine if you got really close and you caught everything the sun was emitting. It's just a tremendous amount of power. And so Freeman Dyson was thinking about this. Actually, he was originally inspired by sci-fi, written by Olaf Stapleton like decades earlier. And his idea wasn't so much a solid sphere. It was really...
Y'all see how they're all smiling about this? That's because they already knew about this shit, man. Like, they already knew aliens existed. First of all, there was this video of the pilot catching a craft going faster that we've even made. Like, no military vehicle that we've made goes that fast, and he captured it on video. So
like satellites in orbit, a network of things that would be orbiting and would essentially, what we would now say, have solar panels and are collecting that energy.
So what do you make of this study, just generally speaking, I guess? Do you think it's possible that these are the elusive Dyson spheres?
So I think it's very unlikely, but I'm open. We have to be open as scientists. If we think we know the answer before we go and observe, then we're already defeated. I think it's terribly unlikely, but it's extremely exciting and interesting to think about. And it's fun to think about. What's
exciting and interesting.
Is we're going to look at this infrared signature that you mentioned, and we're going to find out that there's a natural cause. So a lot of things emit heat in the infrared. You know, infrared goggles allow us to see human bodies and the heat of human bodies. And it's not that dissimilar that when we look in the infrared, we see things emitting heat. So the idea was if we had this very technologically advanced civilization, like thousands of years beyond where we are right now, and they could build such a thing and it was collecting all this energy, it would collect...
She said 1,000 years.
Often we would see that in the infrared. But there are other natural possibilities that could explain.
What do you think those possibly could be?
Well, it could be a very young star that still has some material around it in kind of a disk, and that's how planets...
7 of them?
...coalesce out of these early disks, and those can emit in the infrared. It could be that there's actually an entire galaxy in the distance behind the star, and we're seeing that galaxy and we can't disambiguate those. Or it could be planetary collisions. I mean, there are natural explanations. But
She's just throwing shit out there.
we're looking just 1,000 light years around us.
Hey.
It sounds far, but it's actually really close. That's our background.
Hey, I'm sorry, but I don't believe shit she's saying. I believe in aliens 100%, bro. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. Oh, God.
Yard. The entire Milky Way galaxy is 100,000 light years across, and there are probably more planets in the Milky Way galaxy than there are stars. So we're talking of hundreds of billions and maybe trillions of planets out there. And I think we're in an era where we think the emergence of life is possibly inevitable elsewhere.
Bro, that's what I've been saying. Y'all are dumb if you think otherwise. For real, for real. No cap.
The Dyson sphere is a different story.
Yeah. Do you think there is a scenario where a Dyson sphere might actually exist, or do you think this is really just the stuff of sci-fi fantasy?
I think it's feasible, unlikely. If you look at where we are since the Industrial Revolution, it's only a couple hundred years. We're in a precarious position. We have climate change. We have struggles with nuclear power, nuclear weapons that are could be destructive. It's unclear that any species that makes it that advanced could survive far enough into their own future to be able to build a Dyson sphere. But there are optimists out there who say we'll find a way.
Yeah, all right. The universe is a pretty big place, right? And it'd be a shame.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Seems like a lot of
real
waste of
shame.
space, right?
Like, they had to find a way to, like, survive to, like, 200. Like one of those pies that you sit in for, like, 10 years and it makes you younger. Bro, I bet you they got all that shit. Hey, y'all stay safe, man. We out.